Hello again, everyone who is tuning in. We are now going to dive into our next board box partner, Battlebound. Welcome, Adam and Mayu. Thank you guys so much for being with us today.
Of course.
Happy to be here. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
super pumped.
Excited.
So let's start high level. When it comes to blockchain gaming, a lot of people talk about this idea of a metaverse. But right now, I really want to talk about the Evaverse, and specifically what it's like to traverse the Evaverse that you guys are building out on a very powerful and super cool hoverboard. Tell us about what you're building, and for newcomers, what should they know about the games that you have available today and the broader vision for what you're building out?
Yeah, so the Evaverse is our social wonderland. It's a Web3 competitive play-to-earn game that we're building on PC and eventually mobile. And it's meant to be the most fun way to play and earn with friends. And it's a series of different mini games, a game of games. We think of it almost like a virtual state fair that everyone's invited to come and participate in. That allows everyone to play all kinds of different games. And each mini game, so to speak, we call it an AVA game. It's meant to be like a high quality gaming experience of its respective genre that offers a variety of different ways to participate and earn and compete in the game itself.
Yeah, and in terms of the sort of high level vision for the Eververse, we really want this to be a place where you can be who you want to be, represent your taste and your avatars and just enjoy your time, play the different mini games, be competitive, be casual, just have a fun time and have a great experience in the Eververse.
So I can be a big green floating head in the Eververse, and no one will judge me for it. I love it. I know we talked a little bit about this kind of, offline, but I always love talking to fellow game designers about what inspired them. And, can you guys share a little bit about the types of games maybe that you grew up playing, perhaps some of the modern titles or genres that guide your approach to what you're building now?
Sure, I'll let Mayu take this one first, and then I'll try.
Oh. All right, yeah, sure. I would say, my taste in games has evolved over time for sure. When I was younger, I was really into first-person shooters and, Duke Nukem, Quake.
So
we had epic LAN parties where I would lug my PC and my giant heavy monitor to my friend's house and just, spend all night gaming. As I got a bit older and had a family, I got a lot into mobile gaming just because they're convenient. You always have it in your pocket. You can put in a little gaming session whenever you have 5-10 minutes. And now, I'm a big PC gamer and I'm really enjoying sort of the diversity of indie games that's out there. So I'm more into turn-based strategy games, lots of sort of colony builders, simulation games, and monster hunting, monster collecting game. I'm a big collector. I grew up sort of on the non-digital side with Magic the Gathering and playing Dungeons and Dragons, and so I'm a big geek on that side of things. So anything fantasy with dragons is definitely appealing. I played pretty much every MMORPG that came out, at least for a while. So that's sort of where my gaming tastes lie.
Love it.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll let you go first. I knew you'd probably be more thorough with the variety of games that you've played. I mostly have stuck to competitive online multiplayer games. So, I mean, the first one that I ever played, I think I was probably 12, was Age of Empires. And it was my first time playing online, competing against. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Don't gotta tell you. Yeah. That was like just my first experience playing online against someone and like being able to try and think 2-3 steps ahead and form a strategy and just throw things at the wall and see what works and what doesn't work. And I got hooked. So I loved playing Age of Empires, and then that turned into Warcraft and Warcraft 3. And then all my friends, we started having LAN parties as well and staying up all night. And then, I did mix in a little Counter-Strike in there. But then when World of Warcraft came out, it was like game over. So all of us just dove head first and like never looked back. So I played a little Final Fantasy 11 back then. But once I got into arenas and competitive MMO PvP, yeah, I just fell in love with that high level competition, which eventually turned into Dota, and then League of Legends in college, and then League of Legends was like my primary main game that my friends played for I don't know, probably a decade now, and so it's still probably my favorite game. And I've branched out to some more strategy and card games, not too far, like Hearthstone and Legends of Runeterra. But for quality competitive gaming, I keep going back to League. And so, it was awesome because I used to work at Riot Games building League of Legends, so I worked on it for 4 years, which is sort of a dream come true in and of itself. It's a super fun product to be part of and help build out as well.
Yeah, well, proper nerd credits are bestowed upon you, so well done. And yeah, thank you for letting us geek out on that. So let's talk a little bit about Bored Box, and let's talk about what's in the box. Ever since I watched the movie Back to the Future 2, I wanted a hoverboard, and now I own one. It's a digital hoverboard, and you guys created it, and it's awesome. Can you talk a little bit about the digital item you created for Bored Box, and maybe perhaps some of the unique elements that are featured in it?
Yeah, I would love to. So we created 1,000, a set of unique, rare 1,000 fixed board-inspired hoverboards to join the Evaverse. And hoverboard racing is a big part of our racing mode inside the Evaverse, and so all of the hoverboards can participate in a variety of different races and kind of progress through the earning economy that we have in the Evaverse. And so these boards are special in that they have the unique board green and black visual effects and material treatments that none of the other hoverboards have. And they have an experience boost for leveling up, so they gain experience faster than your standard hoverboard would. And yeah, they each have unique stat profiles, so depending on which one you've got, you will either have a certain spread of acceleration, maximum speed, and handling. And the more you race with it, the more experience you'll gain, and they'll level up, and you'll gain more stats. And so depending on if you're more of an acceleration type or handling type, or you're going for optimum downhill max speed, your board will evolve the more you race and play with it.
Amazing, yeah. I'm definitely more of an acceleration guy, and in Mario Kart I always went for the motorcycles because I like to get off the line quickly. And I don't know if you guys take this as like a compliment, I hope you do, but one of my favorite games ever was SSX, Super Snowboarder Cross, and your game definitely gives me a little bit of a vibe there from that, like a modern version of that. So super fun, love it, can't wait for people to play it. And just to wrap things up,
they look amazing too.
Yes.
I was just gonna say they look amazing too. So if you rock up with one of those boards, you'll definitely turn some digital heads for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Get some glances on the slopes. So yeah, to wrap things up, can you talk a little bit about what's coming up for the rest of 2022? Can you share anything that won't get you in trouble?
We can, yeah. I mean, we have some huge plans for 2022 in the Evaverse, and as the game expands, I think probably one of the most hotly anticipated releases that we've been working on for quite a while is the Evaverse token launch. And so we are deploying a token into the ecosystem that players will be able to earn through the different mini games and progress and earn more of it the more time they play in game, but also the better they play, and as they compete with others, they'll have a chance to win more of those systems. And so that's one of the upcoming launches that we're really excited to release later in the year. We're also building new levels, new racetracks for hoverboard racing, new mini games. Mayu's been working really hard on the game design for the turtle racing game, which turtles are another NFT collection that we have in our game that follow you around, and turns out your turtle can also ride your hoverboard with you. So you can ride together and play games together, and soon the turtles will be able to go and race on their own. And yeah, go ahead, Mike.
No, yeah, that's great. Yeah, in terms of just gameplay, what's coming next for sure is the turtle racing. You know, we had endless meetings about, hey, here's some turtles. What kind of mini game should it be? Racing, of course. Of course, turtles need to race. So it's gonna be a very much different gameplay than the hoverboard racing, but we really hope that that it's gonna really be fun, and we're looking for some feedback once we're there with releasing it. But yeah, we're have a lots of good stuff in the pipeline.
Yeah, that sounds super fun. And again, take this as a compliment. One of my favorite reasons that I love playing Japanese games is because sometimes they just lean into weirdness, and like turtles racing on hoverboards is weird in the best possible way. So I'm super pumped for that. Well, guys, awesome. Adam, Mayu, thank you so much for chatting with us today. Thank you for participating in the first Board Box. We're super excited to have you and honored. And we will catch you on the live Twitter Spaces very soon. So thanks for sharing with us today.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All
Honored
right.
to be here. Thanks for allowing us to be part of it.